Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from McFarlane Toys and DC, we are featuring Booster Gold from the ever-popular Superpowers line. Alright, so if you're a child of the 80s, this style of action figure is probably really pulling at your heartstrings. Everything about this I think is awesome. It's a cool vintage retro throwback to the toys that us kids grew up on back in the day. So from the future, we have the super athlete Booster Gold, the ever self-absorbed superhero and member of the Justice League. Great looking action figure, and it pains me because every time I look at this figure, oh man, it just hurts me because I still need the Blue Beetle figure. You know, I need him so that I could pair the two together and go on fun adventures and get into all the crazy wackiness that the pair always gets entangled in. Beautiful looking figure. I love the card art. It complements this retro carded design beautifully. The figure is very true to form also. You know, he has the goggles. He kind of has that 80s, 90s headdress with the hair peeking out through the top. Looks like the printing on the stars are very, very clean. And on the back, I dig this so much. I love how this really takes me back to my childhood. If you grew up on the original like Kenner Star Wars figures, you know, this style of checklist, it's awesome. And it's so cool to see how large the line has gotten since its debut. I said this before in another video. I was kind of thinking that the Superpowers line would be very short-lived and it'd maybe only be like a dozen figures. But it's crazy at this point in time. Today is September 20th, 2024, that, you know, a few years later, we're already at like 40 action figures almost. So that's crazy, you know. So, you know, fingers crossed that this line continues forward because, you know, McFarlane, they could dip into like the DC universe completely and just give us everything. And this toy line is such a beautiful thing. You know, they're small, they're easy to store, easy to display, and most importantly, they're very affordable. Booster Gold, a scoundrel from the future intent on making a name for himself in the past, Booster Gold has nevertheless exhibited his share of heroism. So despite his flaws, his arrogance, and his personality, he's still a very, very lovable character. He brings a lot of balance to the duo of him and Blue Beetle. You know, whereas Blue Beetle is a little bit more serious, scientific, a little bit more pragmatic and cautious, Booster Gold is really the one that runs into situations head first without even thinking, and for that we love him. And this figure is awesome, awesome, awesome. The blue and yellow, it's very striking. And the simplicity of his costume design, it's always amazed me. You know, back in the day, costumes were just done just right. Everything was very subtle. It wasn't overstated. It wasn't overly embellished. And it just worked. And I think this is such a beautiful example of 1980s superhero costumes. The head's nicely done. You have the hair peeking out through the top. Nice shade of blonde. He has the goggles. I kind of wish they'd give him more of a bigger smile because, you know, Booster Gold's kind of arrogant, very filled with personality. The stars very cleanly printed on his chest. And in terms of articulation, you're looking at his head, his arms, and his legs. So this really complies to the, you know, very retro throwback 5 points of articulation that we got in the original toy line back in the day. And I'm so glad that that Hasbro has been very true to form to the toys that Kenner and even Toy Biz gave us a long time ago. You know, these figures, they look beautiful next to the original toys. And it's such an amazing thing that in 2024 that, you know, we're getting these action figures. You know, fingers crossed, I really hope the line just continues forward and that maybe, you know, 5 years from now, you know, who knows, maybe the catalog will be up to like 200, 300 figures. But yeah, excellent purchase. If you're a fan of like Justice League, if you're a fan of like Booster Gold, this is definitely worth the purchase. And it's just cool. You know, for me, it's just a very wonderful, nostalgic look at a, you know, long forgotten period of my life. You know, when I want to say it was probably like junior and senior year of high school, I was really into like Justice League, and some of the adventures, man, they really they were just something. They left such an impression on me, especially some of these characters. You know, I know a lot of people, when they think of Justice League or DC superheroes in general, you always think of Batman, you always think of Superman, Wonder Woman. But I always appreciated the more eccentric, oddball characters, and Booster Gold was definitely one of them. All right, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.